this artifact auction. In fact, it's already started. We're going to be watching the first 100 lots or so end up at the auction. Some of the most interesting things I've ever had up for sale are going live today. What we're going to do here is get the tripod set up. We're going to flip this around and watch the auction end and see just how we do. So this is the sale that's going on right now. It is live, of course. Technical setup challenges here. Let's see. Right now they are. Let's see if we can make this work. See if we get this set just right. Bear with me while I get this set.
The first ones are always the cheapest.
It's true. There we go.
300, 300, 300, 300, 3 and a quarter. 3 and a quarter, 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 300.
So this is what we're looking at right now, guys.
3 and a quarter, 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 3 and a quarter. So
$300.
77.41.
So the first few lots are Mayan necklaces.
Have forever to place your bid. When I say last call, you've got a couple of seconds to bid again, and that is the way it goes. So, and anyways, I'm Keith Calhoun. I'm one of the auctioneers here today, and just to introduce myself, Aaron is doing our clerking here. And
oh boy, these auctions always make me a little bit nervous.
2002, we got a Mayan jade carbide necklace, AD 250 to 900. Again, out of the museum collection. I got 500.
His mic is a little bit fuzzy. See if I can turn it down. Oh boy. Private usernames. You don't know who's bidding. These necklaces can go for over $1,000 each, so these people are getting very good deals.
555, 75, 75, 575, 555, 75, 75, 75, 555, 75, 550, 75, 600, 600.
Climbing up.
575, 600, 600, 600, $600. 575, 600, 600, 600, 600. 575, 600, 600, 600, 600.
They're gonna do last call right away. I can feel it.
600, 600, 600. Last call. 575, 600, $600.
Oh, there it is.
600, 6 and a quarter. 6 and a quarter. 6 and a half. 700.
I know that there are some museums interested in bidding as well.
700. 6 and a half, 7. 6 and a half, now 7. Got to be 700. 6 and a half, 7. 6 and a half, now 7. 675. 675. 75. 675. 675. 650. 675. 75. 675.
Let's see. You think it'll climb any more, guys? Looks like it's stalled out.
675. 675.
That's it.
$650. Texas bomb. 7741. Number 8003. We got another.
Okay, let's see.
Jade carbide necklace. I got 140, 150, 140, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, 75, 175. Hit the 25.
Well, it's a lot less than the last one. Because the other one did have a bigger pendant. I think the next two after this should go okay.
150, 175, 175, 175, 150, 175, 150, 175, 175, 175, 175, 150 bid, 175, and now 200, 175, 2 got to be 2, got to be 2, got to be 2, 175, 2 got to be 2, got to be 2, 175, 2. 175 2. I want to get Dan to fix the mic. 2 and a quarter, 2 and a half.
Oh, you can hear them talking about the microphone.
2 and a quarter, 2 and a half.
That must be the technician.
Two and a quarter, two and a half, and a half, two and a quarter, two and a half. It's not supposed to be on there. It's supposed to be on there. Two and a quarter, two and a half, and a half, and a half.
I like they're having technical difficulties trying to figure out why the microphone's fuzzy.
75, 275, 275. Just tell them to come up and make sure it's 250, 275, 250, 275, 3, gotta be 3, don't give me 3, don't give me 3, 275, 3, gotta be 3, gotta be 3, 275, 3, 275, 3, 3 and a quarter, 3 but 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter,
300.
3 but 3 and a quarter.
I mean, it's pretty crazy to think that somebody wore that thing, you know, almost 2,000 years ago.
3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 3 and a half, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 75, 375, 350, 375, 375, 375, 375, 350, 375, 350, 375, right out of the Reynolds Museum collection, 375, 350, 375, 375, 370. We're just getting some messages that there's distortion and static on the mic.
Yep, there is distortion and static on the mic. That is accurate.
375, 350, 375, 350, 375, 375, 375, 350, 375. Just refresh your computers if you're getting some of that. 350, 375,
Okay.
375.
He says, refresh my computer. I'm going to do just that. See if it gets a little bit better. Oh, it sold for 350, it looks like. And let's see what this is.
We've got another
Nope. Refreshing the computer did not work. Prediction for this one, $450. That's my guess. It's John says, what kind of string lasts 2,000 years? They've been restrung just to hold them together. The string did not last 2,000 years. They find the stones, you know, together in the same area, and they know the string is rotted, so they thread them so you can see what it looked like. But that's just to keep them together. 4, okay, what was my guess? 450, 475, something like that. Got a little ways to go. There's no Mayan warranty. 425. As Steven says, the string lasted 1,500 years. Yeah, if we would have just caught it 500 years earlier. Oh, I don't even hear his voice anymore. Maybe they're fixing the microphone right now. Oh, 475. It's at what I thought it was going to go for. Let's see. Does it sell for 475 or does it go for more? Somebody out there had the guess of $500. I don't know. All it takes is somebody. Oh, yeah, there it is. That wasn't me that bid. I just put my mouse over there. Somebody bid 500. Yep. 5.5, 5.5. Monique says she guesses 625. Ina says 600. It's already past what I thought it would go for. Like the first one that sold went for $300. The first items always go the cheapest in an auction like this. I think the auctioneer said that, but it's true. If you go to an auction, you bid on the first like 10 lots, generally they go for the lowest. That and the stuff at the very end of the day. 600. Yeah, Vinyl Earthlink says always buy the first and last lot, unless it's you know, a roll of used toilet paper or Kleenex or something, and maybe don't buy those lots. That's a gross thought. $600. Cat Brown says she's got incense burning. Okay, 600. Well, that's over $100 more than what I thought it would go for. This one has lots of big stones on it. I'll be curious to see what that goes for.
Okay, we're on lot 8,005. We've got another Mayan jade carved.
There it is right there.
2 1/4, 2 1/2. 2 1/4, 10 1/2, 2 1/4, 10 1/2.
What do you guys think this one's going to go for? The same?
275, 3, 275, 3, 350, 3 1/4.
Sonia says, is this from the Loom House? No. We're not doing an auction for any of the items from the Weaver's house or the Loom House. These are items I picked up from family of Stan Reynolds, things that were in the museum at one point, as well as items that I've picked from around my past few years of buying, some of the most historical artifacts I've ever had come through the store are going to be going up for auction here today. And that's why I said this might not be the biggest auction we've done, but it's definitely one of the more important auctions we've done. Now we start getting into, there's a lot of Aztec, a lot of Mayan stuff in the first little bit. Lot number 50, we get into some newer things like the Graphenola Amarola music player, military sight glasses, the swords, books. I think there's some nice antique firearms that are coming up too, and I think those will do quite well. And we're gonna watch this auction pretty much right up until lot 8100, so we'll go right up until about there. Or I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll stick with it for a bit anyway. $500 so far. Yes, I kept back 2 masks, complete with the ear extensions and necklaces at the store. Pink Unicorn says this is for the Archbold's Land Fund. You are absolutely correct. Every single bit that comes from the sale is going towards us getting some land, hopefully, for our future home. I've always got something I'm aiming towards. I mean, you have to, right? That's got a nice big, some nice big stones on this one. It's actually kind of nice. I like the symmetry they did with the little round ball and the sort of oblong. $400 so far. See if I can get, I can't get the volume up anymore. Oh, can't make him any louder, sadly. Songbird Collage Art says, can you tell us more about the Reynolds acquisition? These items were purchased by a gentleman named Stan Reynolds, the ones we're looking at here. He owned car dealerships, among other things, in Alberta, where we are. And he mainly collected airplanes, cars like Duesenbergs and tractors and all sorts of stuff. Was a prolific collector. And in 1960, he went down to Mexico and he purchased from antique dealers, because he could at that time, all these ancient artifacts, and brought them back for putting in his museum here. He had, at that time, it was called the Western Pioneer Museum, I want to say. And when the government took over the museum, it was a transportation museum. They didn't have use for some of the items. He had a big Civil War collection, which I did not acquire, but I did get the ancient artifacts. So the Mayan, Aztec, and the Roman coins all came from what formerly museum collection. The nice thing was it came with all the paperwork too, so that's a big bonus. But the Reynolds Alberta Museum is still going strong, and we have worked with them to find, I think we have 2 vehicles in there that we've got into the museum. One being the Royal Tour car from 1939, and the other being a post-war era Triumph motorcycle that only had, I think, 100 miles on it. Okay, we get out of the necklaces and start getting some other items. I'll be curious to see how we do once we get past these necklaces. The reason we only did about 500 or 600 lots in the sale was so that they could take a little bit more time with each item.
We got the right picture there. Showing 2 different pictures for some reason.
That's the one right there.
375 more, give me more, 375 more. 375 more, 375 more. 375 more. Dan, on this one, we've got 2 different pictures. We've got a coral necklace and we've got and I want to know which one is which.
Well, it should be the coral necklace. It's the...
Just want to make sure, ladies and gentlemen. Then the description is wrong. The coral necklace. You know, one's coral and one's stone.
Yep. I think it's the second picture.
Stone necklace, the other.
I'm just going to write them a note here because they're having trouble.
We're doing the coral necklace.
This one right here.
The coral necklace. It's the second picture that you should be looking at. It's the coral necklace. It is definitely the coral necklace. Okay?
Yeah.
375 4.
That's a bit of a mix-up. You never want to try and find these things, these issues on the day of the auction, because you want to make sure people know what they're bidding on. But at least they caught it.
It is definitely the coral necklace. 375 4, not the stone picture.
There, that one. That one right there. Ooh, my heart's racing a little bit. I'm running into these issues.
So 375, 79, 80. Lot number 8008. We got a 1500s bronze Spanish.
Don, thank you so much. Sent us $5. Appreciate that.
I've got 90 out of the shoot. 100. 90 bid one. Got to be 190 bid 190 bid one. Now 100 and a quarter. 100 and a quarter. 1 minute, 1 quarter, 1 quarter, 1 minute, 1 quarter.
This was from Stan's collection as well, from the museum.
Well, 110. 1 bid 110. 110. 100 bid 110. 1 bid 110. 120. 120. Got to be 20. Got to be 20. Got to be 20. Got to be 20. Now 30. Got to be 30. Got to be 30. Got to be 30. 120. 30. 120. 30. Got to be 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 30. 120.
The challenge is the auction company doesn't have just our auction going on. They have probably 10, 20 auctions going at a time, from industrial items to household items, and then of course an auction like ours. So I can understand a few things might slip through the cracks, but you know, this being sort of a bigger sale, it would be good to have somebody proofread it a bit, but that's okay. We'll do that for the next go around. Wendy Cross says $10 for Melissa's chickens. Well, we have to get the land. Thank you, Wendy. Dawn says, I'm bidding on a couple Salish woven baskets. I want to donate them to our local. Oh, that would be wonderful. I really hope that they end up back in a Salish or West Coast museum. Would be fantastic.
Very rare and special antiquities today. 150, 160, 150, 160, 150, 160, 160, 150, 160, 150, 160, 150, 160, 160.
Well, there we go. It went up another 10.
170, 170, 170, 170, 160, 170, 170, 170, 160, 170, 160, 170, 160, 170, 170, 170.
I'll try refreshing again just to make sure that the image is okay. Somebody just said it looked fuzzy at their end. Let's see. There are, my understanding is that the auctioneer told me that there are museums who have expressed interest in bidding on these items, and frankly, I'd be quite good with that, because I would very much like these things to be, you know, that was the whole point of buying them, was that they were in a basement and they deserved to be out on display or enjoyed by somebody.
Got to be $25 bills now. 2 bid 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, 2 bid 2 and a quarter, 2 bid 2 and a quarter,
$200.
2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, 2 bid 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, 2 bid 2 and a quarter.
I'm gonna say it sells at $220. Oh, $225, I guess. I bet somebody bids one more time, because they're probably waiting for it and going, oh, it's only another. Oh no, $200. Oh, there you go. This had a lot of interest in the beginning. Incan.
Copper blade bound, Ecuador, Manibi, Ecuador, Reynolds Museum collection. I got 200, 2 and a quarter.
This one still had the museum tag attached to it.
75, 275, 275, 3, give me 3, don't like me 3, don't like me 275, 3, 3 and a quarter, 3 bid 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter.
I don't know if this would have been like a sacrificial sort of blade. It is a very thin sort of metal. It's not something you'd use for, not for chopping down trees. It would have been a very sharp blade. And actually, I think it was this rounded edge that was sharpened at one time. It's quite big. It's like this, about the size of an axe head or something. No, it's copper. Somebody said it might be obsidian. No, it's copper.
half. More than a quarter bar and a half. More than a quarter bar and a half. More than a quarter bar and a half. Last call for sure. More than a quarter bar and a half. More than a quarter bar and a half. More and a half. So 4 1/4.
There it goes.
And just in case we've got some latecomers that have just signed on to the internet, ladies and gentlemen, anything that has the Reynolds Museum collection in the description is authenticated by the letter you'll see on at the start of the sale, 8000A. Anything that does not say
He's
that
talking about
is
this.
not authenticated out of that museum collection. But when it says Reynolds Museum collection, it is authenticated.
Yeah, there are some items that came from the museum that we forgot to notate as being from the museum, but that's okay.
There will be a 2-week delay because Casters has to submit paperwork, and they will do that for you to the Canadian Heritage Department to make sure that it can be shipped out of the country. And so that the paperwork is all in.
Yeah, the auction has to take, they have to send some paperwork in.
Over 100 years old. Lot number 8010. We got
Dave asked, will the letter go with each one? Well, they have a copy of it there. I think that they would probably include a copy of the letter when they ship it because they would need that for customs.
Gotta be two, 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 be 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 be 2 1/4, half, 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/4.
Somebody said that luckily the Mayans weren't Canadians. If they were, we would have seen a lot more carvings of plaid shirts and baseball hats on the sides of temples. We'd have the Hoser Hall. They've got great Mayan temples. If the Mayans were in Canada, there'd be a giant beer can with Bob and Doug McKenzie on top of it.
$250 is all. 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/2, 2 1/2, 2 1/2, 75, 250, 275, 275, 250, 275.
Ancient Dukes. Hey, you hoser. We've translated the ancient text. It says, hey, you hoser, hand me my Canadian. Hockey stick carvings. Canadians would have made terrible Mayans, you know. They'd get up there to sacrifice a guy on top of the temple and be like, oh, hey, Bill, you know, I'm real sorry about this. And then Bill, who's lying there waiting to get sacrificed, oh, geez, that's okay. You got to do what you got to do, eh? Alrighty, well, I'm just gonna take care of you if that's all right then. Okay, no, you go right ahead. Sorry if I leave a bit of a mess here up on the temple. Oh, no worries there, Bill. That's all right, eh? That's a Canadian sacrifice happening.
3 1/4, 74.19. On number 8011, we got an Inca jade axe head from Ecuador. Out of the museum collection, I got 300, 350, 3 bit 3 and a half, 3 bit 3 and a half, 4 and a half, 3 and a half, 75, 375, 350, 375, 375, more, 375.
Hey, take off, eh? Oh, we're gonna need you back up there on that temple, eh, Bill? It's time for you to go to the great beyond. Oh, I don't know, eh? Guess I best climb up there. Oh yeah, you go for it. You go for her, buddy. Thanks, eh? I feel like I should film the Great Canadian Incan Sacrifice. Oh. You get buried with all your favorite things. Tim Hortons cup. Hockey stick. 1,000 years from now, all you find is a pair of those gray hockey socks with the red stripe on them. There it goes. 600. United Kingdom, that might be a museum. Oh, there it is. Local person's real interested in it. No, there's no issue to sell any of this stuff because we have all the paperwork for it, and it was purchased prior to 1974. there's no issue with that. It's just if it leaves the country, they have to fill out paperwork, export paperwork, which the auction is prepared to do.
650, 675, 675.
Wow, they waited right until he was about to hit sold. It's a battle. Yeah. This is actually a really nice piece. Polished jade. It's quite a nice item, actually. It's worth every penny of that. No, nobody. He's not hitting the other. No, there he goes. Wait, they're waiting right till he goes, oh, it's sold. Right now, somebody in England is cursing this person here in Alberta. Oh, really? I say. Well, take that then. Your money is worthless to us in the United Kingdom. Whoa. It's a penny a pound for us, mate. I'll bid all day. Shepton Mallet says. Sometimes I go to farm auctions and there's guys that show up there and they just hold their paddle up. Like, that's exactly who you want at your auction. A guy who's just going to say, I say, old chap.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've got an opportunity to buy some very rare items here today. So take advantage of it. These kind of sales do not come up maybe once every 10 years at the most.
No, these sort of sales don't happen too often.
Number 8012, we got another Inca Blackstone accent.
I say, what?
Museum collection, 130, 140, 130, 140, 140, 140.
Meanwhile, the museum or whoever it is in England that was bidding is listening to my live feed going, I sound nothing like that. I wonder if when they get outbid, they go, whoa. I say, whoa. My ancestors hail from Northumberland, England. I'd like to think that they would have talked like that. Except they were sailors and farmers. So I imagine they had much more casual language. Alex's British horse impression. I say, woo, woo. The dogtooth necklace has not come up just yet. I'm from Northumberland too. Mine were miners and sailors. Yeah, we had lots of sailors in our family. Actually, there were sailors and then school teachers, and then my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpa who came over in the early 1800s. He was a school teacher. He moved to Detroit, and he only lasted 2 years in Detroit. Wayne County, Michigan is where he's buried. This was a smaller little axe head, but still neat nonetheless. Drugna says, I certainly don't talk like that. I'm Welsh. You're Welsh like Tom Jones and Gruff Rhys. If you don't know who Gruff Rhys is, he's another musician. Even money at $400. Glynis wins. There it goes. This little guy looks, you can kind of see the figural form in this. It's got the little eyes there. Oh, Toledo Antique. Detroit is near Toledo. I did see the Mezcala cultures they really were prolific for making these little stone figures. And we have a few of them here. It's interesting because it's the human form. It's a neat little piece. And there's a couple of these coming up.
Last call. 3 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half. 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half.
Denise says English Incans would never do sacrifices around tea time. They'd also have a stiff upper lip, wouldn't they? Isaac, carry on. Hell on with it then. Darn it all, I'll do it myself.
$100. We're gonna get there anyways. $100. Let's go. 100 and a quarter. 1 and a quarter, half. 1 and a quarter. 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 1 and a quarter.
You just imagine somebody was packing this around with them, carrying it with them, probably had it in their little house.
175. 175. 150. 175. 175. 175. 150. 175. 150. 175. 175. 175. 150. 175. 150. 175. 175.
And I know a lot of you are asking or mentioning this must not have been an inexpensive collection to buy. You're correct, it was not inexpensive to buy all this stuff. So it'll still take a while for us to get our money back on it. You think it'll go 2? You think anybody's gonna bid 2 and a quarter? The bids are incremental, so it's $10 over 100 it goes up by, and then when you get over 200 it goes up by $25. Someone's gonna lose it over 25 bucks. Yep, there it goes. They're gonna go for this one. They're gonna say, fine then, I'll just get one of these other ones. I like this one, the way the stone is, it kind of looks like a shadow on the side of the figure. It makes it look kind of three-dimensional. I imagine it's a hipster because he's got his little satchel right there. He's like waiting in line for a record store.
150, 150, 75, 175, 175, switch it. 150, 175, 175, 150, 175, 175, now 200, 175.
Well, it is three-dimensional, but it looks like somebody's intentionally shaded it to give it that form, but that's just the grain of the stone.
2 and a quarter, 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 2 and a quarter.
Hipster Incan. Or he's waiting in line to get his vegan decaf cappuccino. Could also be a coffee cup, says Don. Oh, that's... Oh, you can't even see. There's the eyes, there's the nose, there's the mouth. You just can't tell from the picture. It's pretty identifiable as being a face. That's just not a great shot at all. Oh well. That would be a hard one to take a picture of, but you can see from the second picture sort of eyes, nose, kind of a big wide nose, and a mouth right there, and he's got like a little hat or something going on, his ears on either side, and then that would come down to the shoulder right there. Might have been part of a bigger figure at one point. $150 is all. It's the little items that are really identifiable, I think will do quite well. Like the little seated guy, there's the clay rollers coming up, the seal rollers. Incan party hat. Dave says, what's a fanny pack? A fanny pack is like a little tiny bag. It's a belt with a little bag attached to it that people would wear. I'm proud of you for not knowing what a fanny pack is. Teo Tahauken. Well, they call them bum bags in the UK. Oh, I see. Kelly says that wasn't a fanny pack, it was a fertility idol. I see what you're saying there. Fanny is rude in the UK. Why, you're nothing but an old fanny pack. Would that get you smacked at a bar? Or you come back and your friend's on your chair and you're like, get your fanny off my seat. It's the new insult for the UK. Call him the fanny pack. Let's see what he looks like up close. Woo! This is a Mayan Charlie Brown character. He just needs a little... It is pretty interesting that to get these little circles in here, they would have had to make a sort of V-shaped stone and then rub it back and forth to kind of get it just right. Yep. Oh, Fanny stands for lady bits. Well then, I thought Fanny would have been your derriere. Thanks, guys, for all the detailed lessons on English slang. That's very educational. Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan.
So 350, 72, 16, California bound. Lot number 20. We have another carved stone base. I got 100 and a quarter.
This guy's got a big old schnoz on him. That's his nose right there. And I think that this was a pendant. You can see it has a circle on the top there. It goes all the way through. That would have been a pendant to hang, to wear, likely, or to hang from inside your house. That's a pretty big piece, though. It's 3.5 inch stone would be pretty heavy to be wearing, but it does have a hole in it, so it was strong at one point. That's pretty inexpensive for this piece, because this is kind of a cool one. But, you know, that's the thing at an auction. Things go for what they're going to go for.
175 2, 175 200 200 200 200 $175 2 175 2 175 2 got to be 2 got to be 2 got to be 2 175 2 2 and a quarter 2 bit 2 and a quarter 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 2 bit 2 and a quarter 2 and a quarter 2 and a quarter.
Fanny is short for Francesca. Wouldn't it be Franny then? Or Francis or Francine? This next piece is actually pretty cool that's coming up. This, I don't know if you can kind of see, you can actually really see the two guys. This is Aztec and they're smoking. This is a really, really cool piece. I hope the picture does it justice. We'll see.
So, 2 1/4, 79.36, Missouri.
This, I thought this was super cool. Can you kind of see it? There's the nose and the eye, the ear, the hat or the headdress. There's the arm coming down. It looks like smoke coming out of his mouth, and he's sharing that. Or there's another person there with the eye and the headdress. Yeah, we reached out to as many museums or people we could to try and rustle up bids and business on these items. 500. I don't think it was a quit smoking campaign. I think it was a share your smoke campaign, if anything, back then.
575, and now 600, 600, 600, 575, 600, 600, $600, 566,
650. Boy, there's a fight going on for this one. It is a really neat piece. Oh, that's a much better picture. You guys will see that, right? Linda of Iowa, nice to see you. Thank you. It looks like he's doing the Three Stooge thing up the guy's nose, hey, like with his fingers. Yeah. I said, come here, you knucklehead. Yeah. I know, to me, maybe because I'm immature, that's what it looks like. But you can see his hand comes up and is holding something, but knuck, knuck, knuck. It's the ancient Aztec stoogery. That was for you, Dad, wherever you are. My dad was a Three Stooge fan. He would have appreciated that joke. Well, yeah, the mic is squeaking a little bit. This one's getting up there, 750. There it goes. That was a really neat piece. Patricia George, happy birthday to Melissa. Yes, Melissa's birthday. She says for your chicken fund. You're going to have all the money you need for chickens.
My birthday's on Wednesday.
It's a pre-Columbian Mayan roller seal. I got 100 and a quarter.
There was a lot of interest in these. We'll see what they go for. Whoa, 500. That jumped. The neat thing about this is it was meant to roll out onto clay and make an impression, so you would get that very authentic. I guess you could almost replicate this and you'd know exactly what a Mayan pattern should look like. Don, thank you so much. John Chesbro sends a super chat. Thank you, Don. A happy birthday to Susan Harris's husband. I don't know his name, but she says his birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Oh, Dave says as a lad, he found a Roman mask metal detecting. That's so cool. Did you have to turn it in, Dave, when you found it? I guess you have to turn those items in probably in the UK, but how neat is that?
Just change your override to 2. Let's do that. I got 100 and a half.
It's Heather's birthday tomorrow.
Yep, Heather's birthday tomorrow. I wish I could be there for my sister. We cannot travel down to the United States right now, sadly. See, that's a fair, if this Sauk Center is, if this was a museum, let's say, that's a very low price to show people what a Mayan clay roller seal looked like, to have that and to be able to share that story and share the history of how they would have used it. That's a pretty, I would think, a fair price to pay for something like that. Oh, 125. Dawn says, is it Melissa's birthday? Happy birthday, chicken lady. I keep her accidentally not typing in the super chat. Oh, well, you all deserve more money for chickens. Thank you, Dawn. It's not Melissa's birthday yet. Melissa's birthday is in 4 days. On Wednesday. It's a special birthday for Melissa. It's a special birthday. Yeah.
Homies and fellow Ontarians being mad at me. 1 1/4, 1 1/2.
This auctioneer always gets excited when he sees people from his home province of Ontario. Over it goes.
72.98. We're going back to 80.22, and we are going to resell.
What happened to 80.22?
There was a miscalculation on the bid.
What happened? This is the one that went for a lot of money.
Do you want to get a hold of? We'll just go on to 80.24 for the moment.
Oh no! What's going on? What's happening? It looks like there was a bit.
Go on to 80.24. We'll come back to 22.
Okay, I believe you. Well, what the heck? I was all happy.
We got another pre-Columbian Mayan clay roller seal. I got 170, 180, 170, 180, 180, 180, 170, 180, 180,
Well, I guess that when that other one goes back up for sale, it'll give somebody another opportunity to bid it.
I think somebody did just like 500 at once.
The roller seals are maybe about 2 to 3 inches tall, maybe about an inch thick. I don't know if they would have had a piece of wood that like a stick that you would have rolled with it. But I know that when you roll it onto an impression of soft clay, it would leave the impression and it would make a pattern, kind of like how you would have a wallpaper edge repeating pattern all around the top. It would create sort of a pattern that would repeat and repeat, basically a never-ending pattern. It's a work of art that they did it, but also a kind of a neat thing to imagine them using and decorating with. It's like the original Stamp It Up. I wonder if they had a club, like if people got together and brought their little clay roller seals. All right, folks, today we're going to bring out the clay roller seals that we've all made. Did you make yours? And somebody's going to be like, I made mine like a triangle. Well, Jimmy, that's not going to work. It's supposed to be round. And Jimmy would have to sit there and make a new one while the rest of the class makes their project.
We can't do it right now? What's that? Whatever's convenient for you.
They're talking about
To do it right now.
there was one that there was a mistake on. I think it was 8022.
Oh, yeah, it's
Get back to 8022, ladies and gentlemen, just bear with us. In the meantime, any units going out of the country, they will be 2 weeks late for shipping because we have to get approval from the Canadian Heritage Department.
Yeah, they just have to fill out some paperwork.
The antiquities to make sure they can be shipped out of the country, and they will do all the paperwork for you here at Kastner Auctions.
And these are Canadian prices.
Yeah, it jumped up accidentally. Yeah. Yeah, it was our fault on this end. On that.
Oh, something happened at the auction house.
Somebody sneezed.
Somebody sneezed and hit the button. They're trying to figure out this one right here, 8022, is where there was a bit of a mistake. And it sounds like they're trying to get it sorted out. In the meantime, we are going to be coming up to some other interesting items.
Back to 22, they got to change it from a
This little carved guy, he's just a little, kind of a little cutie, that guy right there.
8026 on the pre-Columbian clay roller seal again. I got 200, 2 and a quarter. 2 bid, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, 2 bid,
Oh, I don't see the bid on it yet. There it is.
2 bid, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter.
They're not from Los Angeles, they're from Los Angeles, California.
There's no 2 and a quarter. 2 bid, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter. That's in the sale. 2 bid, 2 and a quarter.
Now, 2 items from now, this, try saying this word, Zoloquintli? Zoloquint? I don't know, I have no idea how to say that properly. It is a little dog, yeah, it's a little doggy.
So $200,
There it goes.
Lot number 27 on the clay seated figure out of the museum collection. I got 140, 150, 140, 150, 150, 150, 150, 140, 50, give me 50, give me 50, 140, 50, with a 75, 175, 150, 175, change the bid.
Zolo, Zolo eats Queetly? Zolo eats Queetly. 8022 they have to redo because they said it was a mistake. Zolo eats Queetly. Zolo eats Queetly. Thank you. But many of the items I'm quite curious about haven't even come up yet. We're 48 minutes into the auction and we're only on lot 27. Normally you do about 100 lots an hour at a normal auction sale, but this is not a normal auction sale. They're taking almost about twice the amount of time per item.
Sold $200. Sold it. 74.52. Do not wait till the last minute to bid, ladies and gentlemen. Because when I say sold, it's gone. Lot number 28. 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 3 1/4, 3 1/2 on the dog play figure, 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 3 1/4, 3 1/2,
Like that.
3 1/4, 3 1/2,
Is that better?
75 more.
You want to see the upcoming lots? There we go.
400 even money, 375 more. 375 more. Last call.
Last call, he says. 450, 475, 500, 550. Look at it climb. 600.
600. 6 now, 6 1/2. Zig 6 1/2. Zig 6 1/2. 6 1/2. Zig 6 1/2. 6 1/2. Zig 6 1/2. 6 1/2. 6 1/4. Zig 6 1/4. 6 1/4. 6 1/4. Zig 6 1/4. 6 1/4. 6 1/4. 6 1/4. Zig 6 1/4. 6 1/4.
Drogna says the picture and sound are good in the UK. There it goes.
79.96. Texas bound. Are we going back to that one now?
Look at this.
Leave it too long, though.
It's a clay seal. What's interesting is that when we did Mary Borgstrom's estate, we found that she made her clay seals the exact same way that this person did.
Figure. I got 2 1/4, 2 1/2, 2 1/4.
This is kind of neat because you can see the whole body, the legs, kind of like he's running or jumping. It's really neat piece, actually. Three and a quarter. Oh, somebody in Provost. That's where the Potter's house is bidding. Hello, out in Provost. Here, I'm going to click on the picture and show you guys. Look at the face. A little bit of wear there, but really it's pretty neat. I bid on the 2 Vassarellis. One was pulled a few days ago. I thought there were 2 individual prints in 3 sets. I'll have to find out, Marion, why the other one was pulled. We'll have to check and see. I wasn't aware that it was. It shouldn't have been pulled. This is a pretty cool piece, I will say. Like, it's not very big, but the detail is really, really good.
Look at me, 5.
475. Someone will give me 5. Someone will give me 5. I don't know what he's saying. Someone will give me 5. Someone will give me 5. Someone will give me 5. Okay, here we go. This is the one that went for $500, and then they said they wanted to redo it. So we're back.
8022, ladies and gentlemen, we're reselling that one. Pre-Columbian mine.
This is the last of the roller seals. So somebody wanted one. This is their chance to get it again. Well, folks, it just almost sold for $500 a minute ago.
175, 2 got me, 2 got me, 2 got me, 2 got me, 175, 2, 175, 200, 200, 200, 2 and a quarter, 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 200, 2 and a quarter.
Look at the pattern on that. It looks like little S's pretty much all the way around. Imagine that all rolled out over a piece of clay or laid flat. It would probably be pretty interesting. Thought it'd be kind of neat to a person could recreate these sort of patterns and use it as a modern decoration now. You know, that pattern on fabric or that pattern on like a, I don't know, wall or something. It's just a neat piece. Dawn, I don't know why they're not photographing with the measuring tape. They used to. I'll talk to them about that. 3 1/2, 3 1/2, 3 1/2. 75, 375, 375, 375, 375, 375, 375. There it is, 375.
375 more, look at me more, look at me more, 375 more, 375 more, look at me more, 375.
There is a museum in St. Albert.
375 more, 375 more, look at me more, look at me more, 375 more, 375 more, look at me more, look at me more, look at me more. Last call for sure. 375 more. 375 more. Look at me more. We're just about.
A lot of these were meant to be small to hold in your hand, so it's probably only a few inches long, but You could just roll it out easy with your hand to make the design. Oh, now we're jumping. 8030. You can't really see the portrait that clearly in this picture. The eyes, the nose, the face.
Portrait, right out of that museum collection. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just giving everybody a chance to bid. I know it seems a little slower, but we've got bidders from all over the world bidding, and we're just trying to give you a little bit of time to bid, okay? On the Aztec clay portrait. I got 25, 50, 25, 50, 50, 50, 25, 50, 50, 75, 50, 75.
This one I think you have to see in person to be able to actually see the details on it.
That one. 50, 75, 50, 75, 50, 75, 75, 50, 75. Are you going to hit the button?
Greetings from Lithuania. I hope your auction will bring you closer to new home. Loving what you do. You're an inspiration from Lornia. Lornia. Thank you very much. Or Lorna. There's another upcoming Aztec clay seal. The next lot. How about 110? How about 110? That's fine. It'll sell for whatever it sells for.
110. Aaron, 110.
He's like, how about a little help?
110.
There it goes. They split the bid. Steven's art is coming up later on. There it goes. Another clay seal. This is a nice piece. You can really see the detail in it.
The seal, right out of the museum collection, 80, 90, and then 90, like me 90, like me 90, and then 90, like me 90, and then 90, now 100, 90 bid 1, 90 bid 1, 90 bid 1, now 100 and a quarter, 100 and a quarter.
It's a pretty neat piece, actually. Give me 30, give me 30, give me 30. This little guy, 8034, should do quite well. It's 2 lots away, guys. I'm kind of excited to see what that one comes up as. That was a really, really neat little piece. This guy, it's a full figure. Really, really curious to see what that lot is. There's some toys later on. No clothing in this sale, I don't think. It's old. It's a little Jaguar head. This isn't a seal, it's just a tiny little Jaguar head. With a little smile. Yeah. That's pretty primitive. I mean, it could have been an Aztec child that made it for all I know, but either way. It's just a goofy looking little thing, isn't it? Oh, it's got character, folks. If it makes you laugh.
You have to realize, ladies and gentlemen, they didn't have Dremels.
What's an axolotl?
250, 275, 250, 275, 275, 250, 275, 250, 275, 275, 250, 275, 250, 275, 275, 275, 250, 275, 275, 250, 275, 275, 250, 275, 275, 275, 250, 275.
There you go. It's evidence of aliens visiting the Aztecs. It's the only known Aztec alien head. I'm kidding, by the way. Glowworm. And then the bids go up. You're right, that does prove the aliens have been there. There's another little clay seal here.
80, 90, another Aztec seal, 90,
Nice sort of flower design on that.
190, 190, 190, 190, 100.
Or a star.
100 and a quarter.
Likely a star.
1 and a quarter, 1 and a quarter, 1 and a quarter, 1 and a quarter, 100 and a quarter. Now half, 100 and a quarter, half. 1 and a quarter, 1 and a half, 1 and a quarter, 1 and a half, 1 and a quarter, 1 and a half, 1 and a quarter, 1 and a half.
I'm predicting the lot 8034 does well, because it is just a really nicely preserved and nicely carved little piece.
What? Spell auctioneer. 1 and a quarter, 1 and a half. 1 and a quarter. There goes your raise. 1 and a quarter, 1 and a half. 1 and a quarter, 1 and a half, 1 and a half, 1 and a quarter, 1 and a half. 1 and a quarter, 1 and a half, 1 and a half, 1 and a quarter, 1 and a half. 1 and a quarter, 1 and a half, 1 and a half, 1 and a quarter, 1 and a half, 1 and a quarter, 1 and a half. 1 and a quarter.
Somebody said it looks like a sea urchin almost. It's none of these seals are very big, you know, like probably about so big, something like that. These all came from a museum that was here in Alberta. These lots came from a fellow that owned a museum. No, there's nothing. This is not a Weaver's House sale. No, this is an auction we've been planning for a while. It'd be something if we found all this stuff in that house, it would have been a much different series.
$200, $74.15. Lot number 34. Ooh, look at this one.
Yeah, this is a good piece.
Here, Reynolds Museum Collection. I got 900.
That would look fantastic in a display case. There we go. This one should go good because that's a very special piece.
10, 11, 11, 11, 10, 11, 10, 11, 10, 11. 10, 50, 11, 10, 50, I got 11, 50, 12, 11, 50, 12. Now hit it 12 and 13, 13, up to 100. 13, 12, 13, 12, 13,
12.
13, look at 13, 12, 13, 12,
13.
13, 14, 13, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, give me 14, give me 14, 1300, 1400, 13, 14, 15, 14, 15, give me 15, give me 15, give me 15, give me 1500, 1500, 1500, 14, give me 15, give me 15, give me 15, give me 15.
I'm just watching, guys. Just watching.
14, 15, 14, 15, 1500, 1500, 16, 15, 16, 17, 16, 17, 17, 1700, 16, 17, 18, 17, 18, 18, 18,
It's a local battle.
18, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19.
I would have been surprised if this one didn't have a lot of interest in it. It was a really nice piece. And it's carved all the way around too. Somebody said they'd dress it up. With like a little knit outfit, like little pants and a little sweater. A little hat, like a toque. 1900, 2000. Elaine will be posting this live on the Facebook page as well, in case we don't stick with the auction for too much longer.
So, $2,000.
Wow, that was a good one.
Thank you all. On number 35 on the pre-Columbian cardstone base.
Look, he looks like he's a little grumpy. What kind of day you having? He has like the upside down sort of beaker mouth. Oh boy, the auction is going slower than I expected, and there's some items I wanted to cover off. I don't know how long I should stay on this live feed for, guys. Well, oh, I gotta stay until 8046. That's the big 8045 and 46 are the main events. So I have to stay on until at least those. Oh, there, you can see the profile. Eyes, nose, mouth, very, very clear. This is clearly carved. There's another little roller seal. I'd get some water too if I was having a talk like that.
Lot number 36. Oh, I got 100 and a quarter on another roller seal. 100 and a quarter. 1 and a quarter, half, 1 and a quarter, 1 up, 1 and a quarter, 1 up, 1 and a quarter, 1 up, 1 and a quarter, 1 and a half. And now 175, 150, 175, 200, 175, 175, 2, got me, 2, 175, 2 and a quarter, 2 bid, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter.
I might do this auction in 2 rounds. I'll stay on. This is what I'll do, guys. I'll stay on until lot 846. And I have to run out and go do an errand. I have to deliver somebody's Ninja Turtle collection. And then I'll come back and we'll pick this auction back up again in a little while. Oh, thanks, Sean. Around in the corner we got Who's Your Mama? Here comes 7 times lucky. Oh! Somebody said it sounds like a horse race. I'm telling you guys, that Ninja Turtle collection, it was 2 giant moving boxes, and I promised the guy I'd ship them out. So I've got to go deliver Ninja Turtles to UPS, and then I'll come back and we'll pick this up again. I did almost I promised my kids too I would take them to go feed the birds, and so that is an important thing. But I will revisit this auction once we're back, though. So after lot 8046, I'll take a recess for probably a couple hours, then we'll revisit this after.
Aztec face seal, Jaguar in profile. I got 250 out of the chute, 275.
Can you see the kitty?
275, 3 got me 3 to lick him, 3 to lick him, 275, 3. Now 3 and a quarter, 3 bid 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 bid 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 bid 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 bid 3 and a quarter, 3 bid 3 and a quarter, 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 3 bid 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 3 and a half, 3 and a half, 3 and a quarter, 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 3 and a half, last call.
Last call. Oh, there it is.
375, 375, 350, 375, 375, 375, 350 bid, 375,
375, 400. Boy, it jumps up fast.
Everybody wants it now.
AJ Lang says, my son had a huge Ninja Turtles collection, all the cars, the sewer, etc. Ninja Turtles are very popular. It was an easy sale, but I had them listed for a day and they sold. Okay. Yeah, this is one Jag that I'm willing to sell right now. If it came down to it, I would sell my cars if I had to, if it meant that was the difference between us getting our house or not. I just am hoping to avoid that.
475, 450, 475. So 450, 79, 96. To Houston, Texas. Lot number 38.
Another clay seal. Almost looks like a face. Eyes, nose, mouth. Does it look like a face to you guys too? I think it looks like a face. Eyes, nose, mouth. Maybe little peeky hands coming up over a brick wall. Hello! Peeky! Maybe that was a portrait of his neighbor over his wall. Oh yeah, hey, that's Phil who lives across the street.
250, 275, 250, 275, 275, 275, 250, 275.
Kilroy was here. Yeah, that's the same thing. Aztec Kilroy. Kilroy's a little drawing where it's a line and the hands and just the little top of the face.
Does he have a name?
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that.
Here we go. You think there'll be one more bid, or you think that's gonna be it? Last call. Sold. Here's another face. Actually, there's another nice little guy coming up here too.
Another collection, 50, 75, 50, 75, 75, 50, 75, 75, 75, 50, 75, 50, 75, and now 175 to 1.
Eyes, nose, mouth, forehead, furrowed brow. Let me go back and see if there's a profile. Yeah, you kind of see it there. Oh, Jenny +1 says that they just won the Aztec clay seal. That's awesome. Thanks, Jenny. She's watching live and bidding at the same time. Huh.
250, 81 sold and got.
He's a happy little guy, isn't it? He looks content. That would be just a pleasant little thing to have sitting in your house, I think. It's a happy little Teotihuacan. Doesn't he look like a happy guy? Connie says, do you have a piece of property in your eyes yet? Yes, we do, but we don't have anything firmed up just yet. Frankly, we need this auction to go well for us to be able to afford what we want to do in terms of land purchase. We're a little short, but that's why you plan ahead and you do these sales, and it's not necessarily about the money. It's about what this money becomes a tool to do things for you in your life, and that's what we're focused right now is trying to make a better life for our family. This is a cute little guy or gal. I like the eyes look content, like a happy face. 1,300. The big lots are coming up right away, guys. This is going to get exciting in a hurry here.
16 last call.
You think somebody will bid once more? Let's see.
Press the button if you want her.
Sure, somebody's. You're gonna lose it over $100. There it goes. This guy looks like he's got a mohawk. Has the same sort of headdress piece that the other stone head had. This is the punk rock stone face. Wow, this is really just jumping up.
We're going backwards. 175, 200.
210.
200. It's gotta be 2 1/4. 2 1/4.
Well, that just went all over the place.
2 1/4. 2 1/4. 2 1/4. 200. 2 1/4.
We are the Coneheads.
2 1/4. 2 1/4. 2 1/4. 2 1/4. 2 1/4. Half. 75. 275. 250. 275. 275. 275. 250. 275. 250. 275. 275. 275. 275. 3 gotta be 3 to lick 3 to lick 275. 3. 275. 3 gotta be 3 to lick 3 to lick 3 to lick 275. 3.
Thank you for the update, Dennis. Got a ways to go. But there is one piece coming up. This lot number 8046. This thing is, these masks typically do sell for $45,000 to $65,000. It's only at $6,000 right now. But the last one that sold, and that was US. The last mask, like lot number 8046, is life size. It's the size of a human face. I'm going to have to give some good commentary on 8046 because I don't think they have the measurements in there. But this is large. This is the size of a human head. And they usually sell for around 65,000 US. I have no idea what it's going to go for. But I'm going to be sending a lot of... I just put a little note in there.
And now 200, 175, 2, gotta be 2, gotta be 2, 175, 2, 175, 2, gotta be 2, gotta be 200, 200, 200, 200.
Little clay pot.
$175, 2, 175, 2, 175, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 175, 2, 175, 2, 175, 2, gotta be 2.
Oh boy, I'm nervous most about lot 8045 and 46 because those were expensive pieces for me to buy. I'm actually feeling a little stomach sick for what they're gonna go for.
Sold 175, 79.49.
This is part of an old clay pipe. It's got a face on it and a little pipe bowl, but the stem is broken off, which you'd expect after that long. Can you see the face on it? The nose, the mouth, the eyes, the forehead. Oh boy, guys, we're getting close to the big lots here. This one had holes in the side that you could have probably strung and wore it. Probably meant to keep something very specific in. It's a hollowed out vessel for something. I wish I could tell you what. Don says maybe to hold blood. I don't know what it would have held. Possibly water. Somebody's joking saying there's a ghost that keeps walking by in the background of the auctioneer. 170. Yeah, there he goes again.
Sold 170, 74.58 going to Ypsilanti, Michigan, close to home. Number 45, we got an Aztec seated.
This is quite large, actually.
10 inch. Oh, I got 1,050 onto the shoot. Look at this one. 1,100. 1050, 11, 11, 11, 11.
This should be a good piece. We'll see.
11, 12, 11, 12, 13, 13, 14, 13, 14, 15, 14, 15, 16, 16, 16, 15, 16, 15, 15, every 1600, 1600, 1600, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 1700.
I'm being quiet right now because I'm really watching this. This is a pretty substantial piece. It's a big piece. Has some chips on it, but overall it's still in really good shape. Oh boy. People are saying it looks like he's on the going to the bathroom. You can see the head looks like it was broken off at some point and repaired. 26. It's getting there. It's a battle. It's a local battle.
2829, 2829, 2829, last call, 2829, 2829.
There it is, 29, 3.
329, 331, 331, 331, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 3,000 bid 31, 331, right out of the museum collection.
Have not made my money back on this stuff yet, guys. No.
31, 3,000 bid 31, 331.
Don't ask me why I went all in when I bought this stuff, because I don't know. I felt emotionally involved in getting it back out in the open again. 3,000. Okay.
And ladies and gentlemen, look at what we got coming up here. Just change that asking to about 40,000.
This is a good piece. This is the best piece there at the wholesale. Should be.
Stone carved, I should say the Guerrero jade mask. This is a full-size mask It is a full-size mask. The last one of these that we looked at sold for $68,000
Yeah,
in New York.
that was US. 68,000 US is what one sold for.
Reynolds Museum collection. Very, very rare mask.
Beautifully done too.
Let's start there. Who's got 10? 10, will give me 10, will give me 10, will give me 10, will give me 10.
Oh, this one makes me nervous, guys.
10,000. 10, will give me 10, will give me 10, will give me 10. I got 62 and a half. 65. 62 and a half.
Oh, guys.
62 and a half. 62 and a half. 62 and a half. Look at me 5. 65. 65.
This is so undervalued right now, but you know, here we are at an auction in Canada. You got to get the
65.7. Change the bid. 7. 65.7 out. 67 out. 7. Just hit the numbers down here when you do that. 67 out. 7. 67 out. 7,000. This mask is valued between 45 and 65,000, and I'm begging for 67.50. 67 out. 7. 67 out.
no reserve.
67 out. 7. 75. 75. 75. You gotta be quick. 75. 72 and a half now. 75.
I hope it goes north of 10.
85. 8,000 bid. 85. 8,500. 8,000 bid. 85.
Everything went up no reserve, so it will sell for whatever it sells for, but somebody's about to get an incredibly good deal on this.
85. We're way under the money on this mask. 80 bid. 8,000. 85. 85. 82 and a half one time. 82 and a half. 82 and a half.
Right now, somebody's getting it for not even a tenth of what it's actually worth.
These are only found in museums, ladies and gentlemen. You will not find them in a private collection. The last one sold for $68,000 US. 85, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 85, 87.
Oh boy, oh boy.
85, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, now 9, 87.
9.
9, now 10.
I feel like I can breathe if it.
9,000, 10,000, 9, 10, gotta be 10, 9, 10.
I'll be able to breathe if this goes over 10.
Rare chance to own this. 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, $10,000. 9, 10, gotta be $10,000. We should have started at 10. 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, bid $10,000.
There we go.
9, 10, now 11, 10, 11,
11.
now 12.
The serious bidders are starting to step up.
11, 12. We're not even a third of the value. 11, 12.
Oh, you're like about a seventh of the value, but oh boy, oh boy. Oh, Louise says buy it back. I can't. Once it's up for auction, it's up for auction. It's up to 11. $11,500. Will it get there? Whoever this person is knows that they have something very special. And whoever just got outbid you guys have a lot of room left on it. If you, oh boy. There it is, 11,500. 12. No, this does not include commission. They take the auction takes a commission off of this.
Boys, we are way off the money on this unit. 12 bid, 12 a museum piece that you will not find in a private collection. 12 bid, 12 full size, 12 this is the showpiece of the sale. 12 13
13 we're at.
13 14
14.
14 by, 14 bit, 14 by, 14 by, look at me by, 14 by, 14 by, 14,000, 14 by, 14 by, look at me by, 14 by, 14 by.
Oh boy.
Look at the carving on
I know that there's serious bidders on this, but
beautiful carved maps. 14 by, 14 by, 14 by, 14 by, 14 by, 14,000, 14 by, 14 by, look at me by, 15, 14 by, 15, now 15 by,
15.
15 by, 15,000.
Oh boy, his mic is driving me crazy, but I don't care right now.
15 by, look at me by, 15 by, 15 by, 15.
This is actually a really nice symmetrical piece too.
15,000, 15 by, look at me.
I'm gonna make the picture bigger.
15 by, 15 by, 15 by. Gotta go, ladies and gentlemen. We spent enough time on this. 15 by, 15
Oh.
by, 15,000, 15 by.
Oh, somebody just bid once more. Guess we'll see.
Your last chance to bid on it. 15 by, 15 by. Gotta be by, look at me by, 15 by, 15 by, 15 by, 15,000 bid.
Oh,
15 by.
where'd you go, 72.98? Ah! Well,
Lot number 47 on the rhinestone carved animal, carved an animal vessel. Right on the collection.
you guys want me to stay on for a couple more lots? Or should I log out? Okay, I'll stay on to lot 8050, which is the Edison Graphenola. Ooh. That's my dedication, guys. I'm leaving this auction where my family's future is on the hold to go deliver Ninja Turtles because I made a promise. My word has to be worth something too. Yes, there is paperwork that goes with this stuff. Yes. Steven's paintings have not come up yet. We'll stay on till 8050, and then I'm going to go deliver some boxes. And I will be back on later this afternoon. I'll pick this auction up later, and that's when a lot of Steven's art and some of the other art is going to be going on. So it'll be probably in about let's see, probably about like 2:30 p.m. Mountain Time. I'll come back on and we'll follow up with the auction again.
$100 even money. 100 now, 110. 110, 110, 110. 20, 1 now, 120, 1 now, 120. Gotta be 20, gotta be 20, gotta be 20, gotta be 20. 1 now, 120. 1 now, 120. 1 now, 120. Gotta be 20, 30, gotta be 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 30. 120, 130. 120, 30, gotta be 30, gotta be 30.
Jerry says, how much land are you looking for? 5 acres, 10 acres? We're actually looking for about 3 acres, Jerry.
30. So 120, 72, 77. Lot number 49 on the antique fishing spear. 180, 190, 180, 190, 190, 180, 190, 190, 200, 200, 200, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter. 2 and a quarter, 10 up, 2 and a quarter.
It's a neat old fishing spear. This came from the museum as well.
2 and a quarter, 10 up, 2 down, 75, 275, 250, 275, 275, 275, 250, 275, 275, 275, 275, 250, 275, 250, 275, 275.
Rhonda, to get signed into the auction, go to kauctions.ca, click on the artifacts auction. It'll say bid now or bid online, and it'll ask you to sign in. It puts a $1 hold on your credit card for 5 to 7 days, and then it releases it.
250, 80, 83. Lot number 50, we got Nancy Gaddison, Grafanola music.
Player.
It's working.
It's supposed to say music player. The only thing that this is missing, it would have had a little cloth grate across the horn, but that's okay.
quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 3 and a quarter, half, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a 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 half, last call, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half, 350, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a half,
350.
75, 375, 350, 375, 375, 375, 350, 375, 375, 375, 350, 375, 375.
There's so much cool stuff on this sale. So much cool stuff.
So, I sold it 350.
Okay, guys, I'm going to flip the camera around. Okay. All right, so they are switching auctioneers, and that's just perfect timing because I'm going to be running some errands. I'm just going to pause the video in the background there. Guys, this auction sale is running throughout the day today. If you're interested in going and seeing what's there, you can go to kauctions.ca, the letter K, and then auctions.ca, and you can find this sale. It's called the Stan Reynolds Artifacts Auction. There are a ton of really cool things still left to go, and this auction will be running throughout the day. I'm going to go run some errands and come back. I will be back again for part 2 shortly, and just know that I'm running off to mail out a customer parcel, and then we'll be back later on. So give me a couple hours. We'll be back, guys. But for the first part of the sale, so far so good. I've got high hopes for this sale to help us out here, and so far things are going along okay. So have a wonderful day, guys. We'll see you in a couple hours. Go have some lunch or dinner wherever you are in your side of the world, and we'll catch us again in a couple hours time. We'll talk to you guys soon. Hey, bye for now.